Welcome back to Thunder History. Today we're diving into a year that might seem like just another blip on the timeline, but trust me, 1 AD is actually a turning point in history. From empires at their peak to the quiet birth of a movement that would change the world forever. 1 AD is packed with game-changing moments. So, let's jump in and explore why this year matters more than we might think. The Roman Empire, the world under Augustus. Let's kick things off with Rome, the giant empire that spanned from Britain in the west all the way to Mesopotamia in the east. By 1 AD, Rome was in a golden age under the rule of Emperor Augustus, who had managed to bring peace after years of chaos. This peace was called the Pax Romana, and it would last for around 200 years, basically the golden era of the Roman Empire. Key points. Augustus's rule. By 1 AD, Augustus had been emperor for over 30 years, and he was now overseeing a period of stability. He'd carefully dismantled the chaotic Roman Republic and set up a system that gave him power, but also kept things running smoothly. Not only that, but he expanded the empire and helped it flourish. Infrastructure and expansion. Augustus was all about roads, bridges, and aqueducts, basically the foundation for Rome's long-term success. These projects connected the empire and allowed for smoother trade and cultural exchanges. Military strength. The Roman legions were unstoppable, keeping the empire's vast territories under control and squashing any rebellion that might have popped up. Thanks to Augustus, Rome was thriving, culturally, militarily, and economically, which would eventually set the stage for huge cultural shifts and the spread of Christianity. Christianity, the beginnings of a global religion. Now, let's talk about Jesus Christ, a name we all know today. But in 1 AD, he was just a toddler living in Judea under Roman rule. His teachings weren't even on the map yet, but the foundations for Christianity were being quietly laid. Key points. Jesus' early life. By this time, Jesus was living in a politically tense region. Judea was under Roman control and religious tensions were high. The life of this future revolutionary would set the stage for a completely new way of thinking, centered on love, forgiveness, and the idea of a kingdom of God. Roman-Jewish tensions. The growing unrest between Roman occupiers and the local Jewish population would eventually lead to uprisings. While 1 AD wasn't the turning point, these tensions would continue to grow, eventually resulting in Jesus' crucifixion, a pivotal moment for Christianity. So, 1 AD wasn't the birth of Christianity, but it was the beginning of something that would change the world. The Parthian Empire, rivalry with Rome. To the east, the Parthian Empire was emerging as a major power. Stretching across modern-day Iran and Iraq, the Parthians were just as formidable as the Romans, and they controlled key trade routes that connected the east and west. Key points. Parthian-Roman rivalry. Rome and Parthia were in constant competition for power in the Middle East. They clashed over territories like Armenia, a strategic kingdom caught between both empires. Even though there wasn't full-blown war in 1 AD, this rivalry would shape the future of the region. Cultural exchange. Despite their rivalry, Rome and Parthia also traded goods, luxuries like silk, spices, and precious metals. This exchange meant that ideas, goods, and even religions spread across the region. The Han Dynasty in China. Prosperity and innovation. Now let's jump over to China, where the Han Dynasty was thriving. The Han were leading the way in everything from agriculture to technology, and their innovations would have a lasting impact on the world. Key points. The Silk Road. By 1 AD, China was heavily involved in the Silk Road, a trade route that connected China to the Mediterranean. This trade route wasn't just about goods. Ideas and religions traveled too, connecting the East with the West. Technological advances. The Han Dynasty was also at the cutting edge of technology. They made huge strides in things like iron casting, paper making, and even developed the world's first seismograph. Other notable events across the world. While these major empires dominated much of the ancient world, there were some incredible developments happening in other parts of the globe too. Key points. Maya civilization. Over in the Americas, the Maya civilization was in its early stages. They were developing their complex calendar systems and setting the stage for some incredible advancements in architecture and astronomy. Nazca lines. Down in South America, the Nazca people were creating their famous Nazca lines, enormous geoglyphs carved into the desert that would remain a mystery for centuries to come. The legacy of 1 AD. So, while we may not have all the details about every event happening in 1 AD, we do know that it was a year full of shifts that would shape the next centuries of history. Key points. The Roman Empire would continue to grow and influence Western civilization for over 1,000 years. The Han Dynasty would drive China into an era of unparalleled prosperity and innovation. Christianity was just beginning to take root in a small corner of the Roman Empire, but it would eventually spread to become one of the world's major religions. The rivalry between Rome and Parthia would continue to shape the Middle East for generations. Conclusion. So, there you have it. 1 AD may seem like just another year on the calendar, but it set the stage for some of the most important events in human history. From the rise of empires to the birth of a world-changing religion, the events of 1 AD would forever alter the course of civilization. If you found this deep dive into 1 AD fascinating, make sure to hit that like button, share with your friends, and subscribe for more history content. Let us know in the comments what other years or events you'd like us to explore.